Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yep. People loving those songs. Getting emails about it. Ashley say, hey, I just want to tell you that I love when you guys use the new podcast opening. The one that sounds sort of reggae-ish. Kind of like you're on a Carnival cruise. I go back and I listen to it at least twice before starting the ATS.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is that Denny's on the steel drum?
You know it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is. Denny's came up with that.
I know.
And a quick question on the other opening that is sometimes used. It sounds like Jason says, get your SKA every single day. Am I the only one that doesn't know what SKA is, or is that ska?
No, it's we get risque every single day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was the only thing that rhymed.
Okay.
It's not the best.
Oh, don't beat yourself up over there, Cupcake.
Sorry. I was reading those pizza comments.
Oh, don't. What I tell you, don't read the comments.
You got to.
When you put it out there, let it go like a balloon in the air.
I reshare it. No, there was fucking things I had to read.
As soon as you start getting into the comments, that's when the pain begins.
Good shit. Fucking bring it on. Bring it on,
Bring
bitches.
it on.
You can't break this.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it? This one, the daylight saving time. Said, love the show. FYI, daylight savings time is the time we have right now. Regular Eastern Standard Time is the time we have in the winter. So we want daylight savings time, not the standard time. Also, pushed my husband's van with a boat attached so that he could pop the clutch and get the car started. I know when guys are young, but those of us with crappy cars that were standard shift push start our cars all the time in the old days. Yeah, I do remember that. Like, yeah, when I was a kid, that would happen with those manual transmissions. You kind of have to push that thing, kind of get so it'd trip it over or something like that. Yeah, I used to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, so yeah, that's what we talked about earlier with the daylight saving time is where we are now, we wouldn't change. So you talked about yesterday, Virginia, you liked longer daylight.
Yes, I loved it.
That's what you would have, yeah. So we would just stay right here. Like it would forever be, when you look at the clock, that's just what it would be. There would be no need to change. And yeah.
Once you just get once I'm used to the schedule, I like that schedule. And then they change it, and I always think I hate the new schedule, and then I end up liking the new schedule.
The change is what is jarring to the system.
Yeah, especially when you lose that hour. Yeah. That whole Saturday, you're like, you know what, Mother Nature, what the shit?
Yeah, it does. Throws you off, without a doubt. You wouldn't think it would be much, but it just does. And I think the thing that we're starting to realize, especially with, our bodies, is the light, the sensitivity to it. It does. It plays a big part in how awake we are and how asleep we are. And so that really does mess with your system, too. It's not really even just that hour. It's just the fact that you're doing things at a different time of day where the lighting is different. Especially as they talk about, hey, don't look at your smartphone right before you go to bed because that blue light, your eyes are seeing it and the receptors is going through and it's waking up your brain. Your brain's like going, hey, party time.
Let's go.
I see blue light like, I must be at Live. Yeah, that's kind of part of the issue.
Jay-Bird, if your brain told you were at Live, what would you do?
I would say, okay, damn,
die.
I didn't live my life right. I'm in hell.
And sleeping at work is kind of creative what people have done. Here was an individual that took a stack of boxes, 3 of them. He made 3 rows. He cut out the back so it looks like you just got a stack of boxes, and behind it you can see he is sitting on one of the boxes, and he's used it as an actual kind of like cover where he can go inside what looks like 3 rows, 3 stacks of boxes and sleep.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
watching KVJ TV.
For desperate moments, for sure.
Yeah, if you want that and you want to just disappear, you just kind of like pop right behind your...
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Crafty.
Yeah. Knock out a little bit of sleep. Yeah, and some people have those kind of jobs where it's just, you punch the clock. It's not necessarily what you get done. They just want you here. You got to be here at 8 a.m. You got to stay till 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., whatever.
Well, that looks like a you pack and ship kind of store.
Yeah.
So if it's you and another dude and the two of you are working an 8-hour shift, then you say, okay, you take the first 4, I'll take the last 4, and then each of you gets to sleep for 4.
Sure.
That's how you beat the system.
Yeah, work it out that way. A lot of fun. People talking about the circus peanuts. Amber says, I love them. My gosh, listen to the podcast with my husband, Matthew. Let me just say circus peanuts are amazing. So are the Peeps. Maybe I'm 1 in a million. But I love them. I buy as many bags as I can. They're delicious.
You are the only one, and your husband hates them. He's just saying he likes them just so you guys don't fight.
I was at Walmart yesterday. They already got the Peeps out.
I'm talking about circus peanuts. Her husband does not like them. He's only saying he does just so they don't fight with each other. There's no way he likes circus peanuts.
Well, she says she likes both.
I think she's the only one.
Mm-hmm. Well, this would be kind of disconcerting. Imagine if you want to try to eat a little bit of healthy, and you go out and they say apparently ConAgra Foods that does the Chef Boyardee microwavable bowls.
Oh, yeah, the good stuff.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, people would go out to buy maybe some rice with chicken and vegetables. And they go, I'm going to eat healthy. Then they take it home and they're cracking it open. Apparently inside it had the raviolis, the beef ravioli.
Oh, they switched it out
They
by
put them in the
accident?
wrong containers, yeah. Happened in Florida, about 3,000 pounds of it.
Oh, wow.
So you might go out if you see one of those bowls. If you brought the rice with chicken and vegetables, you might open it up to beef ravioli.
Is that worth money like a rare baseball card when they make a mistake?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because once you open it, it's done.
Yeah, imagine 40 years later.
Well, I know some of those old sodas are worth some money. People from the 50s that have never opened them before.
Yeah, but the novelty of it is that it's not the right thing in the container. You don't know it till you open it.
Yeah.
And then once you open it, it's bad.
I debate you, but it's such a stupid debate. I'm gonna back out.
And you love beef ravioli.
I did as a kid. It kind of grosses me out now. That Chef Boyardee meatball they had in the can, I would eat it cold, just right to can to mouth, and it was so gray that
It's heather gray.
it is so
like,
gnarly.
I don't know if I like this.
Yeah.
Tastes great though.
Got a lot of people in the chat room saying they like the circus peanuts. Just saying.
It's a revolt. They're doing that just to try to get to the bird. Ain't gonna work.
Break the bird. Hashtag breaking bird.
Talina sent us this. Thumbelina, this is some fun stuff. That's how high were you? Some pretty funny things that people do when they're high on this Twitter thread. Some of these made me laugh. She said the highest thing I can recall doing is drawing different facial expressions on everything in my fridge, duct taping my eyes shut to see if I could find my way around the house blind, and having burping contests with a friend with room temperature Pepsi in a can. What is the highest thing anybody in KVJ has done? Some of the things that they had on Twitter. What is the highest thing that you have ever done? Somebody said, one time I put a cup of water in the microwave and the cup was too tall to fit. So I took it out, dumped some of the water out, and tried to put it back in. So I thought that would make it fit.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What's the highest thing you've ever done? I one time showered with my towel on because the water was too cold. One time I got so high I had to turn down the TV just to taste my mac and cheese.
I get it.
I get that too.
I totally get that. I don't even get high.
So he said, I once got so high I forgot to take my underwear off before peeing.
Oh, wow.
Messy.
Somebody said, what is the highest thing you've ever done? I one time threw a full cup of juice onto my bed instead of my phone.
That's awesome.
He said, I put a pizza in the oven. I went downstairs to ask my friend when I should go back and flip it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I once was so high I was in the car with someone and we were in a neighborhood and I started counting the trees while we drove and I got up to like 50 and then I found out that we were parked the whole time. 1, 2, 3. We haven't moved. Okay. So there you go. The highest thing that you have ever done. I'm sure that we can get some people to do that as a homework assignment.
Yes, please. Send us your funny stories. Those were great.
Yeah. There's some good stuff there. Does anybody here have a sex bucket list? 64% of people apparently do. Things you want to do sexually before you die. Now, according to the genders, they kind of have ones that are typical. For men, getting it on in a car, getting it on the water, backdoor sex.
Backdoor.
Having a one-night stand, using a sex toy, having a threesome, having phone sex, incorporating food, making a sex tape, and role-playing. For women, incorporating a toy, doing it in the water, getting it on the car, role-playing, doing some light bondage, using a blindfold, using handcuffs. Oh, the ladies are into the kinky stuff. See the 50 Shades of Grey's coming out here.
Yeah, it is.
Trying flavored lube, having phone sex, and doing a sexy photo shoot. So things that made both lists are doing it in the car, doing it in the water, using a toy, phone sex, and role-playing. Both sexes agree on that.
Interesting.
Is there anything I did not mention on either list that is in your sex bucket list? Maybe something you've done that you're glad you did, or something that you've yet to do that you wish you could.
Maybe on an amusement park ride?
Oh, gosh. I'd get such a headache.
Yeah, that or plane, helicopter, something like that. I think it'd be fun. Just kind of like crossing off those. A sporting event. You know, different things like that.
Like the Buckeyes are just crushing it, and then you're like, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And then you're watching them score touchdowns as you're getting it on.
Right as they score the winning touchdown. Just, he's really excited.
I can see how you would like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
It's fun.
could I have a better moment ever?
You're right.
The best thing ever. Yeah, all those would be ones that I'd think would be fun.
I'm surprised threesome's not on that list.
It was.
Oh, it was. I'm surprised I
For
actually.
guys, I think.
I'm not surprised I didn't listen.
Yeah. Yeah, guys had that on their list.
Girls know better.
Maybe it's just not as attractive to have a, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never had a threesome in my life.
I mean, keep in mind, I guess you can pick the partners you have, but yeah, maybe some chicks are, maybe some chicks, you know. Who
Oh
are,
yeah, I don't think
between,
that's I don't think that's a gender thing. I think there are going to be some chicks that would be into it and
Yeah.
some that would not, just like dudes.
wasn't typically in the top for the ladies, but yeah, I know there were some women that probably, it would be on mine. But yeah, in the top 10 it wasn't.
Just send those threesome emails to us. Let's have Kevin read the threesome emails in his sexy voice.
26% of people have already checked at least one thing off of their list this year.
Wow.
Okay.
Getting it.
This year. There you go. Yeah, just getting it would be on my list.
That's not even. That's like the prerequisite.
The basics.
Yeah, let's just try crossing that off. They also have this list. If you're tired of Tinder or Bumble, there's a lot of different dating apps that you can use. They say Ship is one you can do that allows your friends to swipe for you.
Oh,
that sounds like a bad idea.
Hell no. Shit that.
You don't want me to swipe for you?
I want nothing. I want you to be involved in nothing other than our own personal friendship relationship.
Wow. I feel like I could pick the right girl.
Okay.
I've told you what I thought.
I know. I told you what I thought too.
Hinge is an app that links up with your Facebook and matches you with people that you have mutual friends with.
That's better than the first one.
Okay.
It's still too cute though.
Yeah.
It's too nichey for me.
I'm not so big on new friends.
Remember, either you signed me up for it or I signed up for a bit. It was that paranormal dating site, and that thing was so jacked up. It paired me up with a 58-year-old woman from Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
Who kept hitting me
All
up.
right.
And she's like, are we going to do this thing or what? They said we're a match. It was like a Tinder thing, but for ghost enthusiasts. Oh, man. I didn't even send it.
Who are you to deny love?
But it said that I confirmed and sent a request that I wanted to meet up, and I never did that.
And then she just thought you were playing hard to get.
Exactly.
Hater is a dating app that matches you up with someone based on what you hate.
That actually is kind of better than what you love, I think.
I think it kind of came around, especially like the political.
Politically, yeah.
Yeah. If you just like, I can't stand whatever party, then yeah, you get on that and you bond mutually over your mutual disdain for something. Lucid is a dating app for non-drinkers. Tired of getting matched up with people who just want to go out and booze it up. They can't go anywhere unless it's a bar.
Animals.
That's our people.
That is our people.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Lucid?
Yeah. Looosid. Lucid.
That's pretty funny.
Sweat with 2 T's is fit people looking for fit people.
Oh, shit that. Take your better life and get the hell out of here thinking you're better than me.
Yeah. They've got one that is Twin Dog, an app for dog owners. Allows you to match with other pups in the area.
So if your dog looks like their dog, then you match?
I think what it is if you're a dog owner, you love doing doggy things. And some people are so into their dogs that you would only want to be with somebody that has that kind of enthusiasm for canines. Because if you're dating and you find somebody that's like, and you're really into dog stuff and they're like, kind of lukewarm on it, you probably go through a lot of people and you're like, look, this is the most important thing in my life. Like, I just love hanging with my dog and doing something with my dog.
But what are you doing the entire time on the date? So, my dog, Rufus, you got to see him scratch his ass. It's amazing. And then he loves to lick his ball. Like, how long are you going to talk about your dog for? I mean, I get that it's a common interest.
Have you seen him lick his balls, though? It's pretty awesome.
I get that, but that's a 5, maybe 10-minute conversation.
I think
at
it'd be
most.
more with the activities. Like, your idea of a fun Saturday would be taking the dogs out to the park, or you take the dogs out on the water, or you do something. The dogs are always involved with your extracurricular activities.
You go home and bone later, and the dogs watch.
Yeah.
I like that site. I think it should come with a picture of the dog and the owner.
Oh, well, I think so, too, because, yeah, that's the one thing I know with dogs is dogs are capable of different things. Like, if you've got a certain kind of dog, that dog could be athletic and could be running around. And if you may be into small dogs, and that dog can't do the same thing. You know, and if you try to match dogs up that are different.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't hook Chewy up with a young Doberman Pinscher who wants to go out and just fucking throw it around. I wouldn't do that to Chewy.
Well, I know, like, when I was in California, that's when I really started, you know, I was had my border collie then. And I went out with a couple other people, and they had huskies. And we were out in the middle of California. I mean, you want to talk about, that's why I think Bigfoot is possible, because we were about 35 miles from the nearest gas station. And it was a standalone gas station. It was about 30 miles from the nearest town. I've never been this far in the middle of nowhere ever.
Did Kevin just admit, sort of, he believes in Bigfoot?
He did.
Yeah.
Denny's, please pull that clip. I'm playing it on Weird and Whatever.
There are just parts of this planet Earth that you think that we touch every corner. No, I was in a corner that just... And I think some nature enthusiasts knew about it because it was like a hike. It was a hiking enthusiast.
Okay.
That went up to this amazing lake. You had to hike for like 2 hours one way.
Up to a lake? That's just freaky.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, it was it was a mountain lake. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That just blows my mind.
It's funny you bring this up because the 1967 Bigfoot Patterson footage. No, I'm not going to talk about that.
But I had my dog, there was a border collie, and he was probably like 6 months old at the time. Still just kind of getting out of the puppy phase. And there were 2 huskies in the party, and they were running, and my dog was trying to keep up with them. And they're off running and prancing around, and the 2 huskies come back, and my border collie was not around.
Oh.
And I'm in the middle of nowhere. It was so bad. I had to go out by myself, like pretty much in darkness. Found my border collie. It took about 3 hours. He was like hovering behind like a tree, just all like scared and all that stuff. Couldn't keep up.
Sure.
And so that's why you can't necessarily, like, that's a bad idea. Huskies are great at pouncing through the woods and all that stuff. Don't want to take the wrong dog out with those dogs, or what happened to me is going to happen to you.
I'm so glad you found him.
Oh my gosh, it was just crushing.
I bet you were panicked. sad.
Oh my gosh, it was like to me that was. I get the fur baby thing. It was like I'd lost my own child. Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, never let the dog out of my sight again. Became a helicopter dog parent, which is really weird.
It is. No, I'm becoming that way with Chewy. I'm fine. I'm leaving things early just to. I'm going through something weird.
Now?
Yeah.
Or it's something new that's weird.
No, I like you're saying, I become a helicopter parent to the dog, and I'm leaving shit early to make sure he's pissing okay. I'm going overboard is what I'm saying.
What's your weirdest all-time phase?
In my life?
Yeah, because right now you got a phase where you like setting up action figures and making videos of them.
Yeah, some would say I'm at peace.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I love that phase.
And you've got the helicopter dog parent phase right now, which actually they're both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many weird phases.
Because I know mine was my fly ball phase.
Was it?
When I had my dog and I was like on some like team with my dog and it was a sport and I looked at the other team and they had matching warm-ups and we're doing cheers together. I was like, what am I doing? Like I had to snap out of it.
The weirdest.
My moped phase is number 2.
Yeah, the weirdest, probably most depressing phase, because I just realized I wasn't playing baseball anymore and I knew that I had no future playing baseball and I took it real hard. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to start training to be a boxer. So I started training to box for 9 days and it was awful and everyone was making fun of me and my brother was sparring with me and he knocked me out in 10 seconds and I never did it again. It's awful.
It's intense.
My mom was like, what are you trying to be a boxer?
Yeah.
What the hell is this? What's the matter with you?
I had a taekwondo phase. That might be my number 3 weirdest phase for me.
A lot of men go through that.
Oh, my
A lot of
military
women go
phase.
through it.
My military phase was at the same time. That was pretty bizarre considering who I am now. Yeah, the military phase was kind of a weird phase. Yeah, I've had some weird phases. Done some weird things.
I went through my surfing, skateboarding phase, and I didn't surf or skateboard because
I did that too.
I wasn't allowed to.
I had the skateboarding phase only because all my friends were doing it, and I couldn't skateboard. So I would just do enough to keep up with them, and they would start skateboarding and doing all their tricks, and I'd just sit there and watch them.
Oh, yeah.
I did the same thing.
Pretty pathetic.
I would just hang out and watch.
It was a very pathetic phase.
I wore all the Billabong shirts. I tried to do the surf haircut. My hair couldn't do it, but I still tried. I was the textbook definition of poser.
Poser.
Such a poser. Skateboarded. I wasn't fucking allowed to skateboard. My mom wouldn't allow that shit.
Yeah. My grunge phase was weird too. I had long hair down to here and I had both ears pierced.
Yeah, I
went through flannel. Yeah.
I went through the grunge phase, but I had that thin beard. I did the thin, and nobody told me it looked fucking terrible.
It's a good phase of mine. Yeah.
I went to a boys to men phase, where I tried to wear their sweaters and walk around with a cane, but I didn't need a cane. Fake glasses.
It's pretty good.
You like fake glasses.
I do. They're fun.
It's always kind of been your thing.
Yeah, and it really has been since I was a kid.
Yeah, fake glasses are a lot of fun. What about you, Virginia? You're pretty quiet over there.
No, I had fake glasses. I had the fake skateboard. I had my NWA phase where I wanted to be in a rap gang.
But did you legit want to be in a rap gang?
I did.
Okay.
I really thought that I was hard.
Because I went through a rap phase, but it wasn't. I wasn't trying to be hard. I just loved the rap.
Oh, I forgot about my phase when I was in a heavy metal band.
What was that phase like? What did you do?
We played Metallica covers at parties and it was terrible. I remember, gosh, it might have been here. It was somewhere, but it was a long time ago. I actually found a tape of me recording me playing guitar, and it was awful. I was playing a Metallica song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I think I was playing Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman.
Oh, it was terrible. It was just me for like it went on for like 20 minutes playing the exact same thing over and over again. I don't know why I decided I needed to record that. Somebody said, texted in and said, I went through a fake ninja phase. I thought I was a real ninja. I had like the fake sword, Chinese stars, the shoes, the mask.
I get it.
A lot of kids. I remember that. That was around a 7th grade thing. I had a buddy that had all those
Chinese stars.
He had the Chinese stars. We'd always throw those. And he had the swords, the samurai swords, and all that kind of crap. Nunchucks. Yeah, that kind of phased right into my Taekwondo phase.
I went through a little motorcycle phase where I would walk around wearing a leather jacket, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt kind of stronger. I felt like if someone stepped to me, I'd only get my ass kicked in 3 minutes instead of 1.
Okay. Yeah, I went through a little bit of a BMX phase.
I think, doesn't every kid go through that where they just love being on a bike?
Yeah, I mean, where I was from, like a lot of kids really do. Like Vanilla Ice's crew, that was a lot of the kind of people I grew up with. And so, yeah, BMX dirt bike stuff was
extreme.
Yeah,
it was really big because, we had hills and we had a lot of dirt. And so, yeah, taking and, going up through the hills and all that kind of stuff was a big deal. I just never had the coordination or just whatever for it. And I remember
you were too soft.
Well, I thought I got the hang of it one time. I was on somebody's dirt bike, and I forgot that, I was hitting the brakes and it wasn't working, but I still had the gas throttle backwards.
Oh.
And I went and I ramped a creek and I hit a tree.
Oh.
And I destroyed their bike. I had to pay it off. My whole head was destroyed. That was the last time I got on a mini bike.
Oh.
Yeah, so that ended that.
My favorite phase was when Kevin was wearing all the Ed Hardy stuff and he was really big.
Yeah, I'm going to look back on that now. That was my
material.
meathead phase. I had that now, too. That was another amazing phase of my life.
Don't forget rhinestones and crosses and skulls.
All that.
That's the same
That
kind
all
of
went
thing.
into it, yeah.
But you are so large and so meaty and so, man.
That was my meathead phase. I had to try to compensate for years of being a wimp.
You had a Tommy Bahama phase for a while where you just wore Tommy Bahama
I had
shirts.
a disco shirt and
You look
frosted
like a-
tip face.
About to be retired DJ in his 50s.
You had a smoking phase where you smoked cigarettes. I mean, the first month and a half, we would have our meetings out in the hot-ass sun, in the fucking, dead heat of summer, and Kevin would bum a ciggy off Heather, our producer. She was actually our intern back then.
Yeah. And now I got my beard phase.
Yeah.
My whole life has been one dumbass phase after another. I've never not had a stupid phase somewhere going on.
You've gone to the least phases on the show, Virginia.
Somebody said, what about Virginia's GHB phase?
Oh, yeah. That was
when
bad.
she would roofie herself.
That was bad.
Is that a phase? I don't know.
That lasted a good few years.
Years?
That's a way of life.
Yeah.
Did you say that last time? Did I give the same response?
Probably.
Okay, because I think we were drinking the last time because people randomly keep saying that about GHB. I'm like, I don't remember that. And then I had to ask Denny's about that. I go, oh, I do remember that. I forgot the details.
Yeah.
Couple years?
Years.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat room said, I remember when I went through my preppy phase, polo shirts. I actually had that phase too.
Oh, me
Yeah.
too.
I had a polo shirt phase. Gosh. I had a golf phase where I thought I was a golfer for a while. I just had one phase. That's really, honestly, that is my life. If I ever did a book on myself, it should just be called Phases.
Phases of Kev.
And that's it. Every chapter is easy to write.
I thought you had more phases. Didn't you used to have a climbing phase? Weren't you a climber and
yeah,
adventurer?
when I was little, I loved to climb trees and roofs. I would always climb on the roof.
Oh, I had a breakdancing phase.
Oh, that's
when I was
fun.
a kid, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw my older brother and all his older friends getting it because he lived it. He was in it. I was a little too young. I was young enough to understand and old enough to understand what's going on, but still want to also wear those breakdancing clothes. Did Fat Kev ever have those?
I had a little bit, but yeah, it was tough because being a fat kid, that's when, the breakdancing thing was really going on.
Fat kid can't wear no parachute pants.
No, so like everybody was wearing kind of like the trendy like Ocean Pacific and stuff like that, but I had to get like the fat kid clam diggers and stuff. So I had and mine just looked like a beach towel. It was just terrible. It was-
If Fat Kevin was here, I'd hug him.
It looked like shower curtains. It was just terrible stuff. So yeah, my faces were tough. I had a fat face too. Yeah, roller derby phase. I had that too. I forgot about roller skating phase. Gosh.
We had a rollerblade phase.
Yeah. Gosh.
Tiffany said, no one mentioned their hoe phase. Have you ever gone through a hoe phase?
Still in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Ho for life.
That's it, yo.
HFL.
All right. Okay, that's going to do it for us. You guys enjoy your Tuesday. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.